I come ready. I came out the womb, I was ready. Tell her, mama. Ha! Ha! We still coming out of here with a victory. Yeah. Touchdown! Ha! 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 Offense on three, 1, 2, 3. Offense. Oh, yeah!
Today for Randy. Looks for Moss, near side, he's wide open. Oh my God, he caught it! Touchdown, Vikings!
Let's go! Let's go!
Well, the head coach of the Oakland Raiders is known for his vertical game, and boy, did he get someone who can do exactly that. And he joins us from Oakland right now. Head coach Norv Turner, how you doing there, Coach?
I'm doing great. It's been an exciting day for all the Raiders, all of us.
Can you tell the story that you told at the beginning of your press conference with Wheel recently?
Well, the other morning when this news started to break, I was driving to work and I honestly thought I'd cut someone off or, you know, pulled in front of someone, whatever. And a guy came up, pulled up next to me, and he's banging on the window and rolling his window down. So I rolled my window down, and this arm comes flying out and raises a fist, and he says, "Randy, Randy." So we've got some great fans up here.
And they're very, very excited. Can you, let's get right into it here and talk about what he is going to do in offense. A lot of folks, as I said, know that your offense is known for going deep, and he is that deep threat. How is he going to fit right in there?
Well, the one thing, and once we got going last year, I think we established we want to throw the ball up the field. We want to create big plays, and that's one of Kerry Collins' strengths. Obviously, that's Randy Moss's strength. And, you know, a lot of people start talking about how's he going to help the running game, how's he going to help the other receivers. I think those are residuals. The way he's going to help our football team is catch footballs, plays, score touchdowns.
You know, Coach, now that you take a look at adding such a viable offensive threat in Randy Moss, we turn our look onto the other side of the ball, the defensive side. You know, yesterday we had to let go Ray Buchanan, who was a veteran safety for you guys. What are your hopes? Are you going to use the free agency or are you going to use the draft to help put the defense back together?
Well, the biggest thing, you know, in terms of when you're in this time of year, you are going to let some players go. There's certainly guys we want to get back on our football team. Ray's one of them. We're going to continue to look to help our defense free agency, but certainly through the draft. You know, we have good young football players on both sides of the ball, and we need to also develop our young players.
Back on the offensive side of the ball, there's only one ball, Coach. And you got Jerry Porter. You got a whole bunch of guys out there who want it. Certainly at the tight end position, we've heard that before. How are you gonna feed everybody?
Well, I think that's a problem that you'd like to have, and we're committed to getting the ball up the field. We're committed to around. You know, I think there's enough for everybody. And, you know, Randy talked about it. Hey, there's going to be some weeks one guy gets more than the other. Hopefully, and our plan is to be a winning football team, and guys can handle that when that happens.
And I heard you spoke with Kerry Collins. Here's a guy a year ago at this time was hearing rumblings about maybe his job was in jeopardy in New York, and sure enough it was. And now here he is at the controls of this offense. He must be flat out giddy. Is that how you would describe him?
Well, he really is, you know, and Kerry went through a stretch of 8 or 9 games where he threw 16 touchdowns, he threw 6 interceptions. I think he got real comfortable with what we're doing. Another year in the offense. We have an outstanding young offensive line. Obviously adding Randy to Jerry Porter, Ron Curry, and a number of other young receivers. You know, I'd be excited if I was Kerry.
Coach, you talked with Kerry. Have you had a chance to talk with any other offensive players to see how excited they are about this acquisition? Give us some feel on the way the team is feeling, some of the other team players?
Yeah, a lot of our players were around last week. We've got a lot of guys coming in and working out, and it really doesn't matter. Offensive, defensive. Brad Badger, one of our offensive linemen, was in here today, and you know they know when you add a great player, add a player who's accomplished things Randy has, that it helps your whole team get better, and everyone's excited down here.
I'm sure you, as a head coach, obviously hearing Randy Moss, you're like, let's get him. But I'm sure you must, and the organization must have done some due diligence on this and Randy Moss obviously has had a stormy relationship with coaches and his team in the past. What have you heard about that, and how did that affect your acquisition of him? Obviously not too much.
No, well, the thing that's really been exciting to me, and it's been really interesting, we've had opportunity to talk to a lot of guys who have played or coached Randy, and it's amazing how positive everything has been. You know, I talked about Denard Walker is on our football team, played with him. Unbelievably positive. Brad Badger, I was talking to before the press conference today, he spent 2 or 3 years in Minnesota. He said it's unbelievable when you line up as an offensive player and Randy's on the outside, how much easier it makes things for an offensive lineman. The one thing that has been 100% is the people talk about the way Randy works, his commitment to being the best player he can be, and you know, that's what we're about.
Coach, after such a tremendous deal, can you give us any insight to what you might do as an encore to follow up? What else can you guys do?
Well, you know, we're working on a lot of things. I told you, we do have a very good young offensive line, played awfully well last year. You know, as many times we had to throw the ball, protected the passer real well. We do want to create an environment where we can run the football, take pressure off carry, help ourselves. So, you know, continuing to look in that area, the running game offensively is something that we're going to pursue now.
Well, about running the football, a lot of word that Tyrone Wheatley's time in Oakland is over, and maybe Lamont Jordan to begin. Anything you can give us on any of those fronts?
Well, the one thing, as I said, we have, for salary cap reasons, there's some players that we have released, going to release, and a number of those could rejoin our football team. We certainly have an interest in Lamont Jordan. Jimmy Ray was in New York with him. We know a lot about him. He's an outstanding football player. Again, a lot happens in free agency. We'll just see where it goes.
Well, I know you, when I saw you in Indianapolis, Coach, you said, tell Link, you know, keep bleeding that silver and black. And if I'm not mistaken, in our conversation, I did hear the word "we" at one point. Did I hear that? Is that true, Lincoln?
That is true.
Did I hear that correctly?
Once a Raider, always a Raider is a philosophy.
Well, you know, the one thing I'll tell you, and Lincoln's a great example, there's a lot of guys. Randy Moss now has done it. Lincoln came from another team. There are a lot of guys who have come to this organization from other teams, and what you just said, once a Raider, always a Raider, and it seems that people see them as Raiders once they end up playing here.
Well, good luck with your new number 18, Coach.
Well, thank you.
You bet. Norv Turner joining us here on NFL Total Access after the acquisition of Randy Moss has become official in Northern California.